Obviously, I don't really think anybody had a catastrophic preseason test this season, but is there a team you think didn't have a particularly great time over the last few days in Bahrain?
Yeah, unfortunately, gone are the days of teams showing up late or going bang. It's kind of the unfortunate side effect of reliability these days, and teams being uh generally run by competent people. So yeah, you can't say anyone had like a bad test. You can only say that a team had a worse test than another team, really. And the two that I kind of look at in terms of having a bad test are like Sauber and Aston Martin. They're kind of my two kind of choices. Sauber, I mean, we kind of expected them to be slow. They're not a team that is really concentrating about evolution and revolution. The Sauber is very much just an evolution of 2024. It's just going to be slow. It was slow. Nico Hulkenberg, he's been getting used to his new car and he's not particularly happy with it. And he's like, well, we're going to have some struggles. I think he knew that when he signed the contract, to be completely honest. It's not like horrifically slow, but I think we are just going to expect more of the same from Sauber. It's going to be at the back. They're not really going to try and push forward. All the effort is going to go into next year's car. And Aston Martin, yeah, I'm not looking at times, but in terms of laps and actually, kilometers driven, as Owain mentioned, they only had 306 laps only, which is relatively fewer than the rest of the teams. Lance Stroll didn't get as much run time as he had hoped. He had some sort of bug or some sort of illness on the Friday morning, which meant they had a driver who could give useful feedback in the car, which was probably maybe that wasn't so bad for Aston Martin. Um, but the car is not great. We saw it sort of towards the end of last season that the Aston Martin was kind of slipping back, and I think that's kind of where they're expecting to be. I think they probably have fallen behind the likes of the Alpine, probably very solidly behind the Williams now, which is not a great place to be considering these are teams that they're on the up. They're not on a bit of a slump, so I think it's going to be a difficult fight back for Aston Martin. I think they would have hoped to have kicked off with a better car. Of course, people are like, "Oh, this is Adrian Newey's first." It is an Adrian Newey's first car. We've got to wait another season before we get a true Adrian Newey Aston Martin, and this is just going to be a year where they try and make it through, try and develop the car, do what they can, but like Sauber, 2026 is more of a focus.
Yeah, absolutely. Like the Adrian Newey point as well, he's still on gardening leave at this current point, so obviously can't work on anything for the current 2025 Aston Martin at the moment, but there's nothing to say that, once he's actually in his position, whilst his main focus is going to be 2026, putting Aston Martin up towards the front, if not the front of the field, he might decide, oh, actually, maybe we need a bit of momentum coming from 2025 as well.